New tonight, even as the cruise business sits in its longest holding pattern ever, its leaders are looking towards the future and a plan for cleaner ships. Of course, the pandemic has changed cruising forever. Many things on board will be different once the ships can sail.
And when those ships do sail and are docked at Port Miami, they should eventually leave less pollution behind. CBS 4's Bobeth Yates explains how.
Yes, it's being called a historic deal that will change one of Miami-Dade's biggest environmental concerns and clean up the cruise industry.
Sometimes you can't even go in the backyard. It's just full of smoke, and it's filthy diesel smoke, not just regular exhaust.
Palm Island homeowner Tom Sullivan says for 10 years he's dealt with noxious air pollution from cruise ships that idle in Port Miami. And he and his attorneys say the pollution emitted from even a single cruise ship is too much.
The amount of pollution that comes out of one of those ships is equal to like 5,000 cars per day. And it's even worse than car exhaust because it's thick diesel soot that comes out of there.
Sullivan says the problem has gotten even worse as cruise ships now sit in the port for 24 hours, pumping smoke into the air. But Wednesday, Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava announced a deal that would allow cruise ship companies to turn off their engines and instead power their ship with electricity from Port Miami, a process called shore power.
It's really a win-win-win, a win for our economy because we'll be keeping our cruise ships kind of ahead of the curve, and a win for our environment, and a win for the cruising industry.
Mayor Levine Cava says she's been pushing for shore power for some time, and now that 6 of the main cruise companies and FPL have signed on to the agreement, they can begin the process.
We've got a special substation right on the port. And it is already with the capacity to power a couple terminals at a time. And we'll be looking at the capacity, we'll be looking at the ship traffic, and we'll be building out a plan to make sure that we can convert fully.
A process Mayor Levine Cava says will be gradual, and they will also be creating a task force to oversee it. But homeowners like Sullivan aren't optimistic.
They've been looking into it for years now, and it's just useless. More yap.
Sullivan says if the transition to shore power isn't done quickly, he's prepared to file a lawsuit. We've also reached out to the cruise companies involved. Those that responded say they are in support of the change. Bobeth Yates, CBS 4 News Tonight.